On my trip around the UK, I found something that took me back to my childhood. That's right, a shop filled with sweets. But this isn't just any sweet shop. It's known as the oldest sweet shop in England and was in fact validated by Guinness World Records to be the oldest sweet shop in the world in its publication in 2014.
Welcome to the oldest sweet shop in the world. We're based in Pateley Bridge in North Yorkshire. It was certified by the Guinness World Records as the oldest continuously trading sweet shop in 2014, so we were in the 2014 Guinness World Records. It was established in 1827 and it's been continuously trading as a sweet shop up until present day, continuously, which is great. So let's show you around a bit. Historically, this is where all the trading would have happened. So you've got all the original scales, the original tills, and the original products which date back for many generations. So a lot of our sweets, which you can see behind you there in the jars, are made by traditional makers to the traditional recipes, and it's great that we can keep so many of the sweets alive, many of which you can't get commercially elsewhere. So historically, sweets would have been made, boiled up in a fire, made into quite a sticky kind of substance, and then it was taken out of the boil and placed through this machine, which is our mould. And as the sweets came out in the mould there, and then once the sweets were made, they were placed into glass jars. So something like a licorice torpedo, which is quite a traditional sweet. I suppose the oldest sweet that we stock is the barley sugar, and the barley sugar dates back to the Egyptian times. So this is the oldest sweet that we have in the shop, and it's probably the oldest sweet in the world.
So you've been serving this. You can say you've been serving this sweet since
1827. A barley sugar of types would have been served from this shop. Yeah.
Do you still make sweets here, or is
we don't make sweets
okay.
here? We stopped making sweets here probably about 30-40 years ago. It's not commercially viable to make sweets here on the premises, as well as food safety has moved on quite some since then. So obviously sweets contain sugar, and but we think that sugar is a necessity. It's a natural preservative, and of course it's everything in moderation. Meat and veg, and you couldn't just survive off all of those. But everything in moderation is generally good.
Do you have customers that come in that are I have seen that are quite elderly customers come in? Are the sweets they're buying for themselves? Or?
Yeah, so the sweets that generally our elderly customers buy are the most traditional sweets that we have here, and those sweets are really welcomed amongst those elderly customers, because they can't actually get them in a supermarket, let's say, or elsewhere. So, and also it's the theatre of weighing out on the Avery scales that takes them back to when they were buying sweets, but back when this kind of thing was the norm. But that's just great to see, and obviously we see our elderly customers bringing their younger generations, so their grandchildren, and saying, "Oh, try this sweet," and a lot of the time some of the traditional sweets aren't to the flavour palette of the younger customers. They're much more inclined to go for a soft chew sweet rather than a hard boiled sweet, and that's just great to see, because there's something for everyone in a sweet. And as I've said, everything in moderation means that everyone can have a little treat to brighten up their day and put a smile on everyone's face. So that's what we like to do.
Sweet shops have come and gone, but the oldest sweet shop in Pateley Bridge never went away. A great thank you to the entire team at the oldest sweet shop in the world. If you're interested in visiting, the location is below, and I have also put a link to their website if you'd like to shop online with them.